Hello and thanks for watching. This video is going to discuss ways in which to own or hold your real estate investments. One of the questions that you should ask when implementing your real estate strategy is, how should I structure the ownership of my rental properties? Now, there are many choices and structures to choose from, but you're going to want to make sure to consult with a competent attorney who specializes in these types of structures before you make any decisions. Some of the most common ways to hold your rental properties are as an individual or as an entity, such as a limited liability company, a partnership, an S corporation, or a trust. Now, depending on the size of your portfolio, the entity structuring can be pretty simple, or it can kind of get complex. Your goals, the size of your current portfolio, and your risk tolerance are all factors you'll need to consider when you're making a decision. Now, because no two real estate investors are the same, no one blanket solution will work. But here are some things to consider as you look at your different options. The first thing to consider is ease of use. Owning property in your personal name does make things easier to handle. If your property is in your own name, you can open a bank account in your name, or you can simply use the current bank account that you have. Now, if your property is owned in an entity like an LLC, you'll have to go through the additional steps of providing the bank with the necessary documentation to open an account. Now, however, with an entity, you can benefit from additional levels of protection against creditors, as well as the ability to establish a board of directors for better decision making. Another consideration is liability protection. You are personally liable for any losses that occur when you own real estate in your personal name. This means you can be held responsible if someone is injured on the property or a tenant damages it or other property. And you can be responsible for the costs associated with repairing, replacing, or compensating the damaged property or the person. Additionally, your personal assets can be at risk if you are sued for any reason related to your rental property. Now, on the flip side, owning property in an entity structure can provide you with additional liability protection. Certain entities provide you with a corporate shield, meaning that the entity is liable for any losses and not you personally. This protects you personally from any lawsuits related to the property, as well as any potential damages caused by tenants or other third parties. It also makes it more difficult for creditors to come after you personally, should they try to collect on any debt related to the property. Along the lines of protection, you want to consider asset protection as well. When it comes to asset protection, owning property in your personal name leaves your assets vulnerable to potential lawsuits or creditors. This could lead to the seizure of your assets if they were to win a judgment against you. On the other hand, a corporate entity offers greater asset protection since the assets are held within the entity structure and are not directly owned by you. This provides you a layer of protection between you personally and any potential claims against your personal assets. Additionally, an entity can limit the amount of money that can be taken in the event of a successful lawsuit. It simply provides an additional layer of protection between your assets and any potential claims. Then there are tax implications to consider. Regarding taxes, the difference between owning property in your personal name versus an entity can be significant. If you own a property in your personal name, you'll be responsible for filing taxes on any rental income. This includes federal income taxes, state income taxes, and self-employment taxes, depending on your particular situation. However, entities are taxed differently. For an example, any rental income generated through an LLC or an S Corp is not taxed at the corporate level. Instead, you'll likely have to file a Form 1065 for the partnership and then report any income on your individual tax return. With an entity, you may also need to pay estimated quarterly taxes. Ultimately, it's important to weigh the pros and cons when deciding how to own your real estate. The tax and liability implications can be complicated, so it's important to speak with a qualified accountant and an attorney before making any decision. They can help you understand the potential consequences of each option and develop a plan and structure that works for your specific needs. If you want help investing in Utah real estate, get in touch with our team here at NV Property Management by visiting our website at nvpm.com. Thanks for watching.